Assalamualaikum dan salah sejahtera. I am Teacher Sharum from College Tingkatan 6 Tawau. This time, I will be explaining Multimedia and Information Systems Chapter 1.
Welcome back to another explainer. Today, we're unpacking the literal building blocks of our daily digital lives. We spend so much time scrolling, tapping, and watching, but have you ever actually stopped to think about what makes up those apps, websites, or even the presentations you interact with? Well, we're going to break it all down. We'll start with the most foundational stuff, basic text, and work our way all the way up to the invisible, complex information systems that quietly run the whole show behind the scenes. So here's our roadmap. We're looking at static elements like text and images, dynamic elements like audio and video, animation and interactivity, and finally, understanding information systems. Let's get right into it. Part 1. Static elements, which cover text and images. Let's start with the absolute baseline here, text. It is essentially written words used to deliver information, and it's the ultimate anchor of digital truth. Whether you're looking at a presentation title, the subtitles on your favorite streaming show, or just a simple button in an app, text is our most direct, unambiguous way to communicate digitally. But, text doesn't just sit there looking pretty. It's an active guide. It completely acts as the labeling system for the digital world. It clearly delivers messages and gives literal instructions like submit or click here. Basically, it's what helps us actually understand the content and keeps us from getting totally lost in an interface. And this reliance on words? It goes all the way down to the foundation. Even the invisible architecture of your software is entirely built on text. Code itself is just a step-by-step text language that gives computers the exact instructions they need to operate. Okay, moving on from text, we have images. Just think of a picture, a photo, or a graphic as a high-bandwidth data transfer straight to your brain. This covers everything, right from those tiny little app icons on your home screen to massive detailed illustrations in an ebook. Images really do the heavy visual lifting for us. And why is that? Because a single well-placed picture instantly reduces your cognitive load. It makes the content look attractive, it immediately grabs your attention, and it explains information visually in a way that just perfectly supports the surrounding text and audio. It's way faster than reading a massive wall of text, for sure. Moving on to Section 2, Dynamic Elements, Audio and Video. So the first dynamic element we hit is audio. Audio brings the vital dimension of sound into multimedia, and this is a huge category. It includes voiceovers, exactly like the one you're listening to right now, along with background music, and even those incredibly satisfying little sound effects you hear when you get a notification ping on your phone. Audio really exists as both a science and an art form. Whether you picture it as raw physical sound waves or maybe as abstract musical notes floating around, audio is deliberately engineered to do a couple of things. It's there to capture your immediate attention and to subtly, almost subconsciously, dictate the mood of whatever you're experiencing. But beyond just setting an atmosphere, audio is a seriously functional tool. It can give direct instructions using voice. Think of your GPS telling you to turn left. By combining those instructional and atmospheric qualities, audio makes digital learning and engaging with content significantly more interesting than if you were just reading text in absolute silence. Stepping up the complexity just a bit, we arrive at video. By definition, this is moving images, with or without sound, used in multimedia. It's really the ultimate storytelling format, powering everything from deep dive YouTube tutorials to the ads scrolling past on your social feeds. We have all fallen down the internet rabbit hole of funny cat videos, right? Actually, that perfectly demonstrates the raw power of video. Our brains are literally hardwired to track motion. That means a moving cat effortlessly locks in our attention for way longer than a static photo of that same cat ever could. And because it uses that captivating motion, video is honestly the absolute best way to show information clearly. It's the ideal medium to demonstrate processes or physical actions, like a step-by-step cooking tutorial. It keeps our attention totally locked in and just makes the entire learning experience deeply engaging. All right, Section 3, Animation and Interactivity. Let's clarify what animation actually is, because it's not just Saturday morning cartoons. In the digital space, animation is moving graphics or images created by displaying a series of static pictures really, really quickly. Sure, it includes e-learning videos, but it's also the little moving icons in your apps, or that spinning loading symbol you stare at while a page refreshes.
The real power of animation lies in how it breaks things down. It makes learning complex concepts so much easier by explaining processes step by step. And since the creator controls every single drawn frame, they can highlight exactly what the user needs to see, all while keeping the whole experience fun and visually engaging.
Then we introduce the true game changer of modern digital life, interactivity. This simply means that you, the user, can actually interact with or control the multimedia content rather than just sitting back and passively watching it happen. By adding things like interactive maps, quizzes, or games, you completely shift the dynamic. You make users involved, turning them from passive viewers into active participants. It gives you control, like hitting play or pause. Ultimately, interactivity lets you learn by doing, which is hands down one of the most powerful ways to make content incredibly engaging.
Which brings us to Section 4, Understanding Information Systems.
Information systems basically operate behind the scenes as the invisible engine of our digital world. Whenever you interact with multimedia, like tapping a button or submitting a quiz, you're sending an input. The information system is the underlying structure that receives and manages every bit of it. To really get how they work, you just need to look at their life cycle. It's a continuous 4-step loop. First, it collects data from you. Second, it processes that data. Third, it stores it securely. And fourth, it shares the information back out. Collect, process, store, and share. It's really that simple. But why do we even go through all this effort? Well, all this complex behind-the-scenes work turns raw data into incredibly useful information. These systems organize massive amounts of data efficiently. They improve communication within organizations, and most importantly, they help us humans make critical, informed decisions every single day. So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with something to chew on. Next time you tap an interactive button on your phone, watch an animation load, or hear a sound effect, ask yourself, how exactly is the invisible information system behind that screen collecting, processing, storing, and sharing your data right at that very moment? It's a fascinating digital ecosystem. Thanks for hanging out with us, and keep exploring.